Hey my friends, welcome back. Yeah, as you can see, today we're gonna do another big seascape painting. I'm starting here by mixing a set of colors for the underpainting. The sky, more or less. They're coming from the blues to the greenish and brownish colors to the nearly white one that I start to apply here now. And yeah, we have the sun hitting in on this 50 by 100 centimeter canvas from the left. And yeah, I basically use one brush for each color more or less, to keep the brush half decently clean. And yeah, I also try to really cover the canvas as best as possible. Kind of filling up those little gaps that we have here, those little holes. And you see, we start with the lightest color, left side, then we go a bit to the yellowish one, and then we start to go into the more brownish ones and the bluish ones that we pre-mixed before. Yeah, perhaps you might also like to check out my Patreon, link is somewhere down below here, where we have meanwhile over 70 full-time tutorials, between 1 and over 10 hours of pure painting, including this one here. In the softest way of transition that you can achieve, more or less. I'm also sparing out the areas where we have the mountains later on. And yeah, you also need to make sure that you connect those colors that you applied before, those brownish ones with the a bit more greenish, bluish ones. The further we step away from the left side and the further we go up, more or less. Now we are on the right side of this painting here, and starting with the bluest color, purest bluest color on the upper right side here, and you also see we intermix already here on this stage here. Trying to really also get this bluish color, connecting with the color we applied before. And therefore we kind of intermix those colors on the canvas, more or less, in a very rough way in the beginning, as you can see here. Then I grab a large, very soft brush and start to really fine blend those areas that the colors really start to look real, like a real sunset, sky behind all those clouds that you obviously don't see yet. Just as a kind of a first layer. Then I grab a smaller set of brushes. I use the bigger ones from those here for this background work, and then I basically recycle the colors that we pre-mixed for the background, the sky itself, without the clouds, and kind of building up those mountain areas in the front part. They also start very light on the left side, basically emerging from the sunlight sky background, more or less, getting more and more blue, more and more greenish, a bit brownish even here and there, to really have enough contrast with the background color in most of the areas to really make them a bit standing out. But don't overdo this. Really connect the mountains with the background and the mountains with themselves, because you really need to make sure that this color, that they connect. We have this very, it's not a very special light situation, but it's a very kind of melty, kind of connected with the colors, so that the mountains never really stand out too much, more or less. And therefore, really be careful with the colors that you mix while you're going. That's basically what I do here now. I'm dragging the brown color into the bluish one, and with this I'm readjusting. I'm also trying to achieve kind of a randomness color-wise, so that we don't have the mountains look the same in all those places. Some spots where they are a bit more reddish, a bit more yellowish, a bit more brownish, a bit more greenish. And of course mimicking the reference photo that I used here, but also trying to feel the flow for the colors, to really get the colors in a way that the mountains look really kind of realistic. And that's what I do here now. I'm kind of building up the valleys in between those single parts of the mountain here, by getting even darker, even bluisher in those shadow areas here. And then going back with a not as bluish and darkish color to kind of flesh it out, to make it 3D looking, make it it's not overly detailed, but to give it at least a little bit kind of a shape and form. Now here mixing the colors for the water. We have on the left side a very strong light kind of bouncing over the water, and therefore we have this reddish color, more or less. Already starting to build up some detail parts here into the still wet background color, which is very handy when it comes to connecting those colors to really let them fade out. But back to the front now. See, we have those 3 different colors, and we basically go from this very reddish color to the very bluish one, a bit lighter one on the right side. And this needs to be connected very well in kind of a very blended way. Then we let the whole thing dry for really enough days, especially in winter time. It takes a while to get the colors really dry. And then I go back and start with a very fine set of brushes to build up those detail parts. It looks off now at the moment, but I'm using those white spots that I didn't put the paint on to extend them here and there, and therefore it's easier for you to realize or to learn this when I use this time lapse here with the quicker approach, so that you basically see quicker what I'm doing here. Here we have this lighter colors on the lower end, basically light bouncing off from the ground and lighting up the clouds on the lower end. And on the upper end we have this kind of grayish, bluish color. You also see in this detail shot here that we have very fine details here and there. We have areas where the clouds really connect very strong with the background, like here for example. Those areas, they basically kind of emerge from the background, and to really make it look even more realistic, we need to mix the color from the background. Basically the pure color from the sky, more or less, without the clouds, as we did not know beforehand where we gonna put those very fine details in. The exact location of the details, this way it's better. And therefore I start to remix those colors again, and you see it's a very nice transition between those colors. We have this blue on the upper right side and this kind of nearly pure white, warm light on the left side where the sun hits or is standing more or less. And this needs to be connected even through those clouds that we have here. Also start to add more cloud details here and there. You also see that we do not stay to this bluish, reddish color in all those places. Some areas like here, the cloud basically starts to melt again into the background. Becomes really fluffy, really very light, more or less. In some other areas we have the color very dark, very strong and heavy. And this is the way I do it to get in those cloud details. See me now grabbing a very small set of colors, brushes to finally build up the water part here. And again, this background color here is completely dry. And what I do is basically I glaze more or less in a lot of places those additions to the colors that we applied before. Basically adding some more of the sunlight coming in from the upper left side here. In those areas are building up now the crashing wave, and we have those bluish colors in those shadow areas from the whitewater parts, and those very warm, very bright light colors that basically come from the sunlight hitting them. And also mixing kind of a greenish color for the water that is not lit by the sunlight. Again, using the dry brush technique by kind of stippling, rubbing it into the already existing color that we used before, that we applied before, and that is completely dry. Really make sure the color's dry. Don't ever mess around with a color that is not yet bone dry as the first layer. Otherwise this will not work for you. Then I grab a flat brush, hold it horizontal to the horizon line and start to build up the millions of, of course not millions, but a lot of detail wave parts here and there. Smaller waves in the background, a bit more blurry, a bit more dominant waves in the foreground. And here having another set of waves coming in. Again, this greenish color here, shadow areas, and all those areas where the wave already breaks or starts to breaks up more or less. Again, having this cooler color, this bluer, cooler color in the background color. But also having areas like this one here where we have, not this one, this before, where we have this bit more greenish, lighter, warmer area here. And when this first step is done, I grab a very small, fine brush, round brush, very soft one, and start to build up those very fine little wave details. And this is now the most important part on these very small breaking waves, that you just add the foam part that is lit by the sunlight here and there. And this really makes these waves appear 3D and realistic. Now to the front part where we start to build up the whitewater parts. I'm also using different set of brushes, smaller flats, still very soft, but also those very fine rounds here You see here now. And again, we have this this warm color hitting here, like this one here. It's of course not as bright as we have it on the left side, but still warmer. But also we have these more bluishy whitewater parts in the shadow areas. I'm also starting to build up those, like in the background, those foam parts where the sun hits those areas of those breaking small little waves here. The foam parts that are carried around with those waves. Foreground. To get in those contrasts basically between the warm and cold that we have in the shadow areas and the warm areas. Doing this all of the places here and there. Especially in those areas, of course, where we have the foam a bit more moving around and the wave just been broken, more or less. Adding more details here and there. And yeah, that's not a finished painting. That's about it for today. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, that like button, and see you next time. Bye.